Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even unto the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and of the marrow, and it is a discerner. Sorry if I said that wrong. And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the hearts. And I'm going to repeat that. For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. The word of God is the most powerful tool, weapon that you can have. Now, I'm going to speak to you about the Last Supper. When they're all done, and Jesus reminds them of how he sent them out in the pairs to go preach the word of God. And that how before he told them not to take anything because he was going to make sure they provide. And this time, he said to make sure you grab things, and he said to take with you swords. They didn't understand what God meant. They thought he was actually meaning an actual sword. That they even said, Lord, Master, we have two. We can take money and buy more. And instead of saying anything, he just said, no, that is enough. Because he knew then that they didn't understand what he was saying. And most people still do not, they still thought that Jesus was talking about a sword. But how could they? They've been with him in his teaching. And if he says to turn the other cheek, why would he tell them to go out there and just go bloody murder people and defend themselves with an actual sword? When he told them to turn the other cheek, that it's not an eye for an eye, it's not a tooth for a tooth. He was saying that he was leaving, he would not be with them, that they needed the word. The word, his teaching. He needed to make sure that they had his weapon, the most powerful weapon that you could ever have in this walk, in this journey with Christ, is the word of the Lord. It can defeat. This is a spiritual battle. What are you going to do with an extra sword against the enemy that's invisible? That is a spirit. It's going to go right through him. But the word of God can speak to that spirit and command that spirit to go into a herd of pigs. That word of God can demand these demons to come up out of these people and go into the abyss and send them straight back to hell where they belong. The word of God builds a wall of fire around those who are in God's presence all the time, constantly in this word, constantly in prayer. And that wall of fire protects them from all but the enemy, the witches, the demons, is all thrown at them. That's why this word of God, that's why God says, you need to be in it every day. Not just here and there. He says to be in it night and day. To know what it says. And a lot of people are taking it literally, in which they were error, but they're trying to memorize one verse out of each year when you need to know what the whole Bible says. You're spending so much time on that one verse just to have it memorized that you're neglecting being in the whole word and knowing what the whole word says. Listen to what God is telling you as a whole. Not pick and choose here and there. Be in it. This whole thing of learn to read this Bible in a year thing. is ruining people. It's giving you this mindset that it takes you a long time to read the Bible, that if you do this guide, it can help you read in a year. I'm going to tell you right now that you can read the whole entire Bible front to back within 2 months. It is a trap, a setback to make you think that it's going to take you forever to go through this Bible. But as much time as you spend hours scrolling through social media, 3 hours a day in the Bible, man, it's a delusion to make us think that it's going to take us forever. And then push it on your mindset, man, I'm going to try this thing so that way I can at least try to get through this Bible in a year, man. It's making you have this mindset that it takes forever to read the Bible. And it does not. It's ruining people's lives because that's like a burden. It's like this thing like, oh man, I really want to read my Bible, but how long must it take that? Even if I have to use this trick, I can only do it in a year. It's a trap. Just get in the Word and read it. Let it empower you. Let it move you. Let it speak to you. You don't need these training videos, these set programs. You just need to get up and get into the Word. It's a you problem. It's self-control. It's discipline. It's laziness. Nothing's stopping you from reading this Word but yourself. So you can make all the complaints and throw all the blame and pass it here and there. But the only person that's keeping you from praying, the only person that's keeping you from reading this Word is yourself. You can't blame that on the enemy. No, that's just you making excuses. Oh, I'm being attacked by the enemy. He just trying to make me so tired. No, you just lazy. You want to use the enemy. And that's the problem with most people walking with Christ. They use the enemy too much as an excuse of the reason why they can't get things done. Oh, the enemies are hindering me and is attacking me. No, it's you. Your own worst enemy. A lot of times the enemy, that's the word enemy in the Bible, is not referring to Satan and the demons. It's referring to your flesh. Most of the time when the word is speaking, the word enemy in the Bible is referring to your flesh. You, yourself, your flesh. That's why God says you need to deny yourself. Kill your flesh. Pick up your cross every day. Whatever the flesh wants you to do, you need to do the opposite. If you feel tired and lazy, I don't feel like praying, that means you need to. Because the spirit is willing, but your flesh is weak. You are hindering your walk, your relationship, your spiritual growth. Passing the blame and not taking self-accountability for pure laziness. You know, they did studies with people, and there was people that didn't even believe in God, and they did studies on them, on how many times that they read the Bible, and those who didn't read the Bible, and they were experiencing how within the first week all this change of this whole group, and the ones that didn't read the Bible stayed the same, and the study kept going on week after week. And the changes of those who read the Bible every day, nonstop for weeks, mentally, physically, health-wise, was a major difference. Some of the people didn't even have some of the illnesses that they had when they started the program. This word is so much more powerful than you could ever imagine in so many ways. Stop using it as something that you can do. Oh, well, no, you know what? I have like a few hours this week. Let me go and get into it and start using it as something that you need to do. Like it is your bread, your daily bread. As many times as people eat during the day, if you was to read your Bible as many times as you ate food throughout the day, man,